The latest developments in the Canadian hockey controversy over their handling of allegations of sexual harassment made Michael Brind'amour resign on Friday night as chairman of the board of directors, soon effective. "My last period ended in November 2022, and I knew that there was no need to wait for a new era. The action was immediately very important to overcome the important challenges faced by our organization and our sport," Brind'amour said through Canadian Hockey News. The board of directors and members of Hockey Canada will meet in the coming days to determine the next steps and point to a temporary seat. In June, Canadian hockey access to public funds was frozen by the federal government for its response to alleged sexual violence and resolution outside the next court. A woman filed a lawsuit $3.5 million in April which said that in 2018, 8 hockey players including members of the Canadian World Junior team sexually attacked her. Canadian Hockey reaches a settlement with a young woman the following month. The complainant said he always cooperated fully with the police investigation into his case, even though Hockey Canada initially said he did not. The Minister of Sports Canada Pascal Stage said in an announcement on Saturday that he hoped for further changes in the Canadian hockey organization would come because of the hope of the Canadian people. "We began to see cracks in the fort, and that's how light entered. The Canadian people have sent more and better messages from sports organizations," Stage said. "I have said many times that there needs to be more changes in leadership. If we look after the same person who has done the same pattern for the past 30 years, and that is what we have learned during the audience at the Inheritance Committee, there is a possibility we are stay in the same pattern. I believe there needs to be more diversity around the table when the time comes to make decisions and discussions about problems faced by sports organizations, whether it is sexual harassment or harassment, discrimination, or other persecution." Recently, the Canadian tire retail giant and TELUS telecommunications company, among others, stopped their Canadian hockey sponsors. And last month, Canadian Hockey executive testified before the Commons Board Committee Wednesday said they had paid $8.9 million to resolve sexual harassment to 21 complaints since 1989 from National Equity Fund, which they said